everybody, welcome back to the channel for another video. Today we are going to do a little get ready with me, do an eye look. And as I'm sure you saw from the description, we're going to do a purple eye look. But what palette are we going to use? Well, you'll just kind of have to wait just a second because we're going to show you because it's coming right about now. Hey everybody, my name is Gloria. Welcome. So glad you're here. If you're new, welcome, welcome. Hope you like what you see and want to stay. But today I thought we would do a little get ready with me, and I decided to do a purple eye look. So before we get to that, I have my skincare on. I have not put on my primer or anything like that. The only thing I did was do my e.l.f. Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener. I used some of that under the eyes to kind of brighten those dark circles just a little bit. Ain't gonna make them go away, but it brightens them up. Other than that, I haven't done anything else. Before I show you the eye palette, though, I'm going to use my Anastasia eye primer. We're going to go ahead and put that on. And then I will show you the palette. So how's everybody doing on this, for us, a rainy Tuesday morning? We are having the weirdest weather. I remember, so far we've had it's been mild. Right now we should be hot, but we're not. We're in the 50s. It's supposed to get up to like 73, 78 today, but then tomorrow's only supposed to get up to 50, in the low 50s. And the only other time in the last many years I can remember having a mild summer was in the year 2001. 2001 we had a very mild summer, the first and only mild summer that I have experienced in the last 40 years of being married. And it was wonderful, and I don't know if this year's going to be like that or not. It's starting out like that, but you know, we all know that could change. If you live where I live, that could change at a moment's notice. At a moment's notice. Let me tap some of that off a little bit with a sponge, just a little bit. Got too much over here. All right, so we have that on. Now, what palette am I going to use? I've never used this one. This is the Beauty Creations, the Legend palette. Oh, take it out of that reflective slip. Over here out of the way. It is the Legend palette. And it's purples. You guessed it. It's purples. Look at those. Look at all those beautiful purples. So much to choose from. And only 2 eyes to put it on. But anyway, we're going to use this. We're going to create an eye look with this today. So what shall we do first? I think I'm going to go right into doing the outer corner. I'm going to kind of bring that in some. Which color do I want to use? We've got a black in here, but I really don't want to use black. I think I'm going to, and there's no color names on these. Just no color names, but I think I'm going to start off with this purple right here. We're going to try that in the outer corner and see what that looks like. And then go from there if we need to darken it up. I'm going to use still have not ordered any new. I need to get me some more brushes because mine are starting to, some of them are starting to get a little old. I guess I'll use this Mange or whatever brush. We'll start off with that. Let's get into that purple. But this purple's darker. And we're going to go with that purple. So, yeah, so we were having some really strange, I'm not complaining, mind you. I'm not complaining at all. Because, I don't know, probably most of you know, I've said it, talked about it before on my channel, but I had a hysterectomy some years ago. Wasn't the funnest experience of my life either. Had a lot of complications. But anyway, and so I have no natural hormones. So I've been using just an estrogen patch. I don't use the progesterone in that. Just an estrogen patch for the last, ever since then. Look at, isn't that pretty? Now that's pretty. I like that. Put some over here. Well, lo and behold, when I went to get my patches, my refill done for this past month, you can't get them. None of them. None of the estradiol patches can you get. The manufacturers are saying that they're out of stock and they don't know when they'll be back in stock. What the frick? But anyway, so I have no hormones at the moment. Because I will not take the pill because there's, no. And yeah, so I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to do. I'm kind of wanting to lean more toward holistic, even though I am a nurse, but you know, I don't trust our medical community for the most part. I'm just going to be honest. And I found in the next town over, which is just like about 15 minutes from me, 20 minutes at the most, there is a holistic practice. And I'm seriously thinking about making an appointment and go over there and just see what they can do. Because I know you can do, if you have a compounding pharmacy, can compound like a cream or maybe in a patch specifically for your needs. So I'm really thinking about doing that, because let me tell you something. When you've had when you go through menopause naturally, you're gonna, even though your hormones, even though your estrogen, ovaries quit producing a lot of estrogen, they're still going to produce a minute amount of estrogen. When you have a hysterectomy, because I had a total complete hysterectomy, you don't have anything to produce any. It's gone. So I got to do something. I just don't know what yet. But anyway, we're not here for that. We're here for this eye look. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That is pretty. I like that. Just doing some blending now. Those itches. All right. Okay, I like that. I should have brought my color switch over here, but I didn't. That's okay. Now, what do I want to do? I think we're just going to add a little bit of this gray shimmer right here in the crease. I normally don't do a shimmer in the crease, but I think today we are. We're going to do something different. I'm just going to use that same brush. Anyway, so how's the weather where you guys are? Let me know. Let me know. Something like that. Something like that. I need to move you guys closer. Hang on. There we go. Now you can see me. That doesn't look bad. I'll go with it. Yeah, so my husband and I were going to go out on a little dinner date tonight, but it's raining. And yeah, I won't melt if I get out in the rain. I know that. But I don't like getting out in the rain if I don't have to. So we're going to save it for the weekend and do something this weekend. That doesn't look bad. I like that. All right, now, and I should have brought my glitter glue over here, but it didn't. Don't want it. Nah, I don't want to go get it either. Let's see. I want to use a purpley shimmer. What do I want to use? We have this one. Oh, that's pretty. We have this one. The other is glitter, and I don't use glitter. Oh, and there's one more shimmer here. Purple. So we've got those. This is kind of a purpley gray color. But I like that. I think that's pretty. You know what I think? I think we're gonna go with this one right here. Gonna go with this one. We're gonna do it without the glitter glue today. I hope it stays. But anyway, she looks like that. So yeah, so I decided, not my husband, because I'm like, I don't want to get out in the rain. And he was okay with that. He's got to get out and work all day, in and out of the rain. So he wasn't mad that I'm like, you know what, let's just wait until the weekend when it's not raining. Do a little blending. That's pretty. I think that's pretty. I like that. Be a pretty nighttime date night look for sure. I like that though. I think that's pretty. All right, let's do the other eye. Beauty Creations is a very affordable brand, and their eyeshadows perform very well. I've never had any problem with their eyeshadows. They blend well. They're not patchy. They're very pretty. Very pretty. Very pretty. Let's do a little blending. Oh, I like that. It's pretty. That is pretty. I think that's very pretty, actually. I like that. Let's see. Do I want to put anything else, any other color on? I don't think so. I think we're going to leave it at that. I think that looks really good. So what did I do? I used this color in the outer corner. Then I went in with this silvery color in the crease. And then I finished it off with this darker purple here, purplish gray color down here on the lid. Oh, I think it's pretty. Yeah, I think it came out really pretty. All right, so now we're going to put on some foundation. Well, first we're going to put on a primer. And because I am using, the foundation I'm going to use today is a Too Faced Born This Way soft, oh, sorry, I did not mean to move you guys. But 24-hour wear hyaluronic acid, but it tends to be very more matte because I do have dry skin. You know, I'm 61 years old, aging skin, dry skin. I want to use this, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer because it's going to really hydrate. You're going to see here in a minute. So let's put this on first. Ouch. Looks like that. Mirror here. And I told you, it gives a lot of shine. A lot of shine. Okay. We're going to use some of this. I'm just going to put it on the back of my hands. Like that. Whoops. And then I'm just going to take my Alter Ego 106 brush and I'm just going to kind of pat that into my hand and put it on. And I'll fast forward this because you see people put foundation on. You don't need to see that. So I'll fast forward it. I'll see you in a second. All right, and we have the foundation on, and my nose is still itching. And I think I got some on my shirt. Did I? No, I didn't, luckily. All right, so we got that on. I did not bring a okay, hold on a minute. My bronzer. So I'm going to use my L'Oreal True Match Let Me Bronze It in light, and got a huge pan going on in that. Bronzer. Didn't bring my bronzing brush over here, but that's okay. This one will work just fine. So, yeah, so we're just going to stay home, and I got way too much on. Way too much. But maybe some powder. When I put the powder on it, maybe it'll blend it out a little bit. Gotta match both sides. Not too bad, I guess. A little much, a little much. That's okay. That's okay. All right, so we got that on. I'm gonna put some face powder on now before I do my blush. I'm gonna use my Morphe Bacon Set in Brightening Pink. I'm gonna use that. Too much. Okay, and my big fluffy brush. And it's gonna go everywhere, but that's okay. All right, so that's that. And of course, I get it all over me, but that's all right. It brushes off. So we got that. Use that. Now, I get powder everywhere. What do we want to do now? Blush. I am going to use my Unearthly Cosmetics Spring Magic Iridescent Blush Palette. I'm going to use that. And I'm going to go more toward this, what is that color called? Pendulum. More toward a purpley color since we did a Purple Eyelook. But I'm going to try to go light with it. I don't know. I didn't do light with my bronzer. Oh, but we're going to try. Let's just see what happens. It's a very pretty color. It's very pretty. Very pretty. I like it. You know, people, you see a lot of people or watch a lot of, YouTube videos of women doing their makeup. And they're like, okay, well, I'm going to do a cool eyeshadow, so I want to do a cool blush. I'm going to do a warm eyeshadow. I don't care. I just use what I like. If I use cool and warm together, well, I just use cool and warm together. I don't know. And if I use warm with warm, cool with cool, okay, fine. I just use what I like. What I like and what I want to use at the time. Voila. Is that a lot of blush? Well, yeah, but I'm a little extra like that. I like blush. So I wear a lot of blush, I guess. But we will take the foundation brush, no more powder on it, just kind of blend it, just kind of smooth it out just a little bit with what's left on the brush. Look at that. I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty. All right. what do we want to do now? I need to finish up the eyes, right? And so I think I'm going to do that offline, then come back and we're going to talk about it. So the video is not quite so long. Hang tight. Okay, and we are done, just like that. Ooh. I keep kicking the camera. I am so sorry. But anyway, we are done. We are done. This is it. This is my finished eye look. This is my finished look. All right, so what I do? My nose still itches, y'all. Okay, so when I went offline, I cleaned up a little bit on the eyes. And then for my eyeliners, I used eyeshadow from this palette. For the bottom lat underneath, I used this purple shimmery color here for underneath. Then on the top of the lashes, I went in with the black for the top of the lashes. And then and for the inner corner highlight, I used this color right here. The color right there. And that's the eyeshadow palette. And then for my eyeshadow, my mascara, I used my Essence Volume Booster Lash Primer, the Super Volume. Use that first. Then I used my Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara in Bryn, which is a black. Use that. Tubey mascara, my favorite kind of mascara. I prefer tubey mascara. I do not like waterproof mascara because I have sensitive eyes, and they really, 9 times out of 10, it irritates my eyes. But anyway, use that. Then for my brows, I used my Maybelline Express Brow, and this is in a blonde color, I believe is what it is. Use some of that. Look at one of our cats out there. They found something to play with. Anyway, and then I have my NYX Control Freak Clear Eyebrow Gel to kind of hold them in place. That's about all I do with my eyebrows. And that's the eye look, right? And then for my lips, I just used my Unearthly Cosmetics Glint Lip Gloss. Purple. Just use some of that. And that's it. This is my look. Let me know. What do you think? I think it came out really pretty, and it's definitely a good date night color eyeshadow look. Definitely a good date night. And this is good for daytime too. I'm wearing it during the day, and I would wear this out. I do like it a lot. All right. And this I have to tell you, this Unearthly Spring Magic Blush palette, I love it. I absolutely love this palette. It is gorgeous. You would think these oranges, they're pretty. They are pretty. Let's see here. Look how that blends out. So pretty. So pretty. And then this one is even prettier too. It's kind of a pinky orangey color. Look at that. I think they're beautiful. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. I love this palette. This is probably my favorite blush palette. My very favorite. I use it a lot in the spring and summer. Love it. Love it. All right, guys. Okay. I've ranted long enough about that. But they're having I think they're still having a 20% off sale. Go check it out, because if you like I think you would like this palette. Go check it out. See if they still have it available. I'm not sure if they do or not, but go check it out. All right, guys. That's it. That's all I have. So until we meet in the next video, take care. Bye.